So in this video, this will probably be the last one. We're going to look at keeping score and ending a round. So first, usually when you destroy an object, you get points for it. So we need to give points to every object. So fortunately, all the planks have the same script attached to it. So if we go to our plank control script, what we're going to do is we're going to add public int, and we'll create a point value, and we'll say it's worth 100 points. So this is going to be dropped into a larger static variable, and that static variable will keep track of your score. So it doesn't really matter where we put it in this particular project. Some projects it might, this one doesn't, so we'll just put it here. So public static int, and we'll call it player score, and it starts off as 0. So we've given a point value to the planks. We have created a player score, and now we need to create, let's put a point value to the chest itself. So chest control, and it will be public int, and this will be chest value, and this will be equal to 500. Okay. So now what we need to do is we're going to create another object that tracks score. So let's just do game object create empty and player score text. Okay. We'll put that in the other corner. Now what we're going to do is, since this is going to be in the right corner, the scores aren't big, so it's not going to make too much of a difference, but by default when you add a text mesh, it's linked to the left corner. We're going to actually want to anchor it to the right corner, so let's take a look at that. So add component, mesh, text mesh. Now see where it says, where is it? Anchor, upper left. So what happens if your score gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to go out to the right and push it off the screen. So we actually want the score to push in. So make sure you change your anchor to upper right or anywhere in the right, center right, lower right. And let's just see how this looks. So character size, we said 0.3 is about the biggest it can get. Font size, let's go up to 24, and font is Arial, and let's see how that looks. We'll put in a few numbers. So it looks okay, and we can push it off to the right a little bit more. Okay, so it's going to start off as 0. Now what we're going to do is, when something is destroyed, so the planks, and fortunately, as we said, this script is attached to every plank, so we only have to do this once for any of the planks. So if it gets destroyed, what we want is we want that new static variable. So ball control is where we put it, and it's player score plus equals, and we just use this variable, so point value. So take whatever the player score is and add the point value to it. So that increases the player score. Now we need the player score to be linked to the player score text. So we'll just go ahead and create one more script, since we've created so many at this point. And we'll call this player score control. So player score text player score control. And again, just like some of the other objects, I probably could have used the same text control that's on this. You just have to add a few statements that say that basically if statements that check the name of the object. Is it the ball counter or is it the player score text? Again, to simplify the code, we'll use more scripts, and that's the trade-off. More scripts, the code itself is simpler, but you might have to go through 3 or 4 scripts before you see an entire process get completed. So, player score text has the script attached to it, and we'll go ahead and open that up. That error that I said, it shows up at the bottom, just OK it. And all we want to do is we want to get component. So get component, text mesh, text attribute, and I'm going to set the value to, as we said, it's a static script, so we go to the a static variable, so we have to address the script, and then we choose the variable, and as we said, we have to do toString. So that should work. So if a plank gets destroyed, player score gets increased, and the player score text is adjusted by that same variable. Let's go into the chest control and we'll do the same thing. So this will be, you don't have to copy and paste, but just to help demonstrate that it's really the same functionality. So ball control.player score, except we need to use chest value because point value doesn't exist in this script. Chest, lowercase v. Now we'll run it. So let's aim. The board did not get destroyed, so it does not increase yet. There we go. And perfect. So that was a very easy fix. I shouldn't say fix, but enhancement. So now you've got player score, because score is usually what's driving how many stars you get. And